Hello, Beauty News family. Welcome to Beauty News. This is the August edition. We're going to talk about new release beauty products, updates. Actually, there's no updates. Upcoming things.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about sneak peeks, makeup stuff. I think we're going to start with sneak peeks. Because to be fair, they're probably the most interesting.
Before we begin this week's episode, we do have a sponsor. Ana Luisa's mission is to bring beautiful, stylish jewelry to consumers while maintaining sustainability and minimizing their impact on the environment. They offset their carbon emissions related to the product's life cycle, minimize excessive waste by creating limited batches, and use recycled materials when possible. Their range is really diverse and features a great selection of timeless and fashionable items ranging from earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets. Plus, they have fine jewelry offerings as well that are affordable while maintaining high quality and longevity of the pieces. Ana Luisa release new collections every Friday with pieces starting at just $39, and they offer a 365-day warranty on all pieces. As mentioned last time, I did purchase some more Ana Luisa pieces and they arrived super quickly. The Sia silver safety pin earrings are super cute. They were the item that was really on top of my purchase list. But I also purchased the paisley ring. It's another one that's great for stacking, and I'm really happy with both pieces. The earrings especially remind me of high school, but so much better because I don't accidentally stab myself when I'm trying to put them in my ears. Like a real safety pin, which is just not a good idea. Buy these instead. I absolutely recommend checking out Ana Luisa at analuisa.com/beautynews. I love them. Their pieces start at just $39 and you can get 20% off with their summer sale. They're a great brand making beautiful, sustainable jewelry. Go check out analuisa.com/beautynews for 20% off. That's Ana Luisa, analuisa.com/beautynews using code BEAUTYNEWS for 20% off.
Let's talk about Too Faced first because...
Is this the first holiday thing we've seen?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. There were some sneak peeks of I think some Charlotte Tilbury holiday stuff that we were just like, and this was months ago, we were just like, no, you can shut up about that. But we've seen the Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl palette that's going to be releasing for the holidays. And there is also a melted matte liquid lipstick in cinnamon bun.
Yes. Look, I'm going to have to say I will buy that if it's available.
Fair. It's a really nice colour.
And I am a fan. And I do love cinnamon buns as well. So it's my favourite liquid lipstick formula. So it's hard for me to deny. Really nice. And I do sort of collect the Christmas ones. So if it comes to Australia, I'm buying it. The palette though, my God.
Very shimmery.
Look, I like a shimmer, so I'm not opposed to that, but it is the same shit every year.
Can somebody please tell me what part of a cinnamon bun or a cinnamon scroll is pink or purple? Because
the Too-Faced part.
I'm not even kidding, that really actually upsets me a lot. They just can't. I don't think they've ever released a single palette in the history of all of their bloody palettes that doesn't contain a pink of some sort. And I just don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, look, it's not for me, but look, I don't know. I've been going through just peaks and troughs in my life at the moment, possibly because of lockdown and going absolutely insane at home and... drinking while filming.
Yeah. Listen, this is the only time we get to have fun.
It's like a catch-up. It's like a Zoom catch-up with friends. This is not actually reporting hard facts about makeup anymore. It's like, let's get a bit tipsy
here for an hour and a half.
Chew the fat.
We sat here for an hour and a half and talked about life, lockdown, and makeup with drinks.
And accounting.
And now we're... and now we're just carrying that on with you.
Yeah. So that's what it is. It's just chat time. But peaks and troughs, and those peaks and troughs, I don't know if it's on a peak or a trough, but sometimes I go a little bit spendy. And it wouldn't surprise me if I saw this in store and thought, I haven't bought a palette for like 17 years. I'm going to buy one.
I get where you're coming from. And I'm going to say Too Faced is actually one of my favourite brands throughout the holiday season because they do big collections. I complain about them a lot, but that's because I know that there's potential there, and I feel like they just don't grab that potential by the balls and really go for it. I like the idea of a cinnamon scented palette and the cinnamon scented matte liquid lipstick. I'm just really pissed off that they had to put pinks in there. Like, for me, that ruins it. Because I would be all over a completely, like, brownie, goldy, nude, cinnamon, swirl inspired palette by Too Faced. But, like, there doesn't need to be pink. And it just annoys me. But I am really excited to see what they're going to release for the rest of their holiday stuff. So...
I am too.
Whatevs. Yeah.
For some reason. They get me every year. Bastards. Talking about peaks and troughs, I've had a roller coaster of emotions looking at this next thing, which is from Urban Decay. And I don't know how I've landed and how I feel about it, but I'll talk you through my emotions when I saw this first off. So this is the Naked Cyber palette. Now, I've been told by people that are a little bit more in the know that the 2000s, fashion-wise, is coming back. Fuck, man, it should not. I lived through it. It was horrible.
I'm just going to put it out there. You can fucking try and bring that shit back as much as you want, but it was bad.
It was
and in my world,
bad.
It's staying there.
Yeah.
And so's the makeup.
I agree. So... That's my initial thoughts. And I looked at this and I'm like, fucking gag. It looks like frosty and icy and like nude, but not in a good way, and a fucking pop of rust. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So I saw this and I was like, this is the most atrocious thing. You're going to get slagged. And then I started looking at it more and I'm like, I don't hate it as much as I originally thought I would. So the things that are getting me, there's two things. There's a photo here, Hailey. The packaging looks fucking rad.
I love the packaging. It's sick. I was hoping you were going to say that. So
it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, my take on this is sick on the outside. Like, fucking awesome. But the inside... I have problems with it.
It is. I do have problems with it, and I agree with you. But look, I just want to follow through. So yes, the packaging looks sick. It looks like a circuit board from a computer. It catches a light. It looks like green and yellow and almost like holographic coloring catching the light. It's fucking awesome. They've done an absolute bang up job. And this sums up the 2000s. Like, I can see people trying to like wear their those really big pants with the reflective bits on them, and like I see where it's going. I see the inspiration of like Soap. This is how we party with the like silvery eyeshadow and the blue lipstick. Like I see it. I'm feeling it. I'm remembering. I'm vibing it. The swatches. This is a nude palette that has color shifts to it. Now, do I need it? No. Do I have these colour shifts throughout my collection in other you know, eyeshadow palettes? Yes, I do, but I don't have them all in one place.
I knew you were going to say that.
But you know what I mean?
That is actually...
It's a fucking... Look, they have no depth here. They've thrown in Bite, which is a rusty matte. The rest of it is a fucking... sad white girl palette. There is no depth of colour here whatsoever.
That's my issue with it.
I feel like the only thing that they're going to do to be like, it's inclusive, is the fact that the colour shift will look gorgeous on deeper skin. But the transition shades, Virtual and Gadget, gross. Like, that won't look great on deeper skin tones. So this is... there's sad things about this, but there's also things where I'm like, if I swatched this and I got caught up in the packaging and the colour shifts, I could buy it accidentally. I don't know what's happening with my life right now. It's off the rails. I could buy a fucking Naked palette.
I think what I don't like about it, and this is something that I've always had an issue with Urban Decay palettes, it's got 3 mattes in it in a pan of 12 shades. Now, that's, look, okay, that's fine. You can make that work. But 2 of them are so light that they're actually going to be useless on most people unless you are the colour of copy paper. That leaves the only shade that's usable is Bite, which is just a warm-toned fucking rusty brown, which is the most generic fucking shade.
And doesn't work with the other shades. It's going to warm up all these grey sort of shades. It's going to make it, like, clash with it. Like, I don't see the...
Yeah. And also, I don't actually think it's very, like, year 2000 at all. So, I think they're a bit... I don't know. I think... Okay, so here's what I think when I look at this palette. I think Urban Decay were like, ooh, someone told us that 2000 stuff is going to trend, so let's make a Y2K palette. And we always put in 2 matte shades that are way too light for everyone, and then 1 weird matte shade that people don't really give a fuck about. And then we do all shimmer shades. And we should make them all colour shifty because it goes with the packaging in year 2000 and techie stuff. And I like that aspect of it. But they drop the ball with the mattes. If the mattes don't support the other shades in the palette is kind of half shit, basically.
You may as well just have a smaller palette that's all shimmers and just call them fucking topper shades.
You may as well have not put any mattes in there at all and just made them all this, like, cool... duochrome, sparkly, like,
look, there are problems with it for sure. But I'm just surprised that the more I looked at it, the more I was like, I don't hate this as much as my gut reaction was, which, it's strange. All right, another collection we've seen is by MAC. Oh, by the way, that is supposed to launch sometime in September. So if you want to get your early 2000s cyber futuristic makeup on in September. Another thing launching in September is by MAC. So this is actually available now, I believe, in MAC UK. So it will be rolling out elsewhere, but I have also heard September thrown around. So if you want it, it'll be out soon. But it's the Tempting Fates collection. So just really quickly, it contains an eyeshadow palette. There's 6 lipsticks, 3 eyeliners, 3 strobe face glaze, sort of like liquid highlighter products, and a Fix Plus in Gold Light, which is just repackaged existing product. I like this one as well. Again, I must be in a spendy mood because there's things in here that I like. I want it. I like the packaging. It's like still life artwork. It's got some fruit, some flowers. It's quite dark. It's quite moody. It's not very MAC. I don't really get MAC from this, but I like it. The pans, I would not have picked this for MAC at all.
Also, if you're on the podcast and not looking, you're just listening, it's got a filigree pattern sort of on the pans, and it's beautiful. The packaging of this collection is just divine. I do not need that goddamn gold Fix Plus. I actually really dislike these shimmery Fix Plus formulas, but I need it because of that packaging. The packaging, I think, is divine with this collection. But
I like
again, for me, it's very much like the Urban Decay collection. The inside, I'm just like, nah.
I like the eyeliners. I like the lipsticks. I think they're really pretty shades. The eyeshadow palette I could totally get behind. Again, if I swatched it and I was like, the formula is bang on, I could use these shades. I could totally love these shades. So I don't know what's happening with my life, or if I'm just really bored and like banging my head against the wall in lockdown. But I dig this. All right, last sort of rumored thing to talk about before we get on to some confirmed information.
Yeah, some stuff that's actually happening.
Yeah, so this is a new celebrity brand that is coming out at some point in time. This has sort of been popping up in the last couple of days because people have noticed trademarks. So pretty much Ariana Grande's company has launched trademarks for a new makeup brand, and it's called R.E.M or R.E.M Beauty. And we've seen a bunch of trademarks that give us an indication of what products that is going to be released. So we've seen mascaras, eyeliners, eyeshadows, on your collar, either lip balm, lip liner, lip gloss, lip tints, sort of under a bunch of different categories. Practically permanent, which could be a lip stain, interstellar highlighter topper, space shape, eyebrow pencils, a lip oil. So we've seen a lot of things that they've registered trademarks for the name. So that's an indication of what's going to be coming out. Look, I feel like this is just another situation where celebrities are noticing that they've got a big following. Their following is probably predominantly female. Will wear makeup, will buy makeup. I have to say though that this does hit home a little bit with me. I actually don't really care about Ariana Grande, but I used to work in a sleep lab. I used to be a sleep scientist. So REM sleep was a big thing. One of the images that they're using as like a logo is brainwaves of REM sleep. If you wanted to be technical about it, the way you actually can tell if someone's in REM sleep is actually by their eye movements, not just their brain waves. It's sort of in conjunction. So it would have actually been smarter to have the eye movements as a symbol. But anyway, just that's all right. Picky. Just make me picky. But yeah, so from that point of view, I'm interested to see where it's going. But do I need another celebrity brand in my life? Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Look, here I'm going to come in with the criticism again. I'm sorry, but, what do any of these names have to do with REM?
That's another thing I was going to say as well. Like they've got a cloud, which maybe the cloud like symbol is like, storage.
It's like storage. Apple iCloud, but okay.
But maybe like, I don't know, dreams or something. I don't know. Do dreams go in the cloud? No, they don't. But REM sleep is the sleep where you dream. So that's, if they were going into like the dream sort of element, I would understand it more. But the on your collar lip stain and the flourishing mascara and the at the borderline eyeliner, they don't have anything to do with the name. So it seems like they're just, got a concept for the brand and they just haven't followed it through with the products, which is, weird. But, another one's coming, guys.
Look, I'm interested to see what they release. Although I'm not actually interested in buying them, I am genuinely interested in seeing what these celebrity brands come up with, because I'm interested.
And more importantly, is it going to be stocked on Amazon or in Sephora?
Ulta Beauty exclusive. Okay?
Yeah. Oh, could be. Could be.
Maybe.
Not the first and not the last. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about collabs. There's a few. We're going to start with Colourpop because that's first on the list. They're doing another Disney collab. I don't know how many this has been, but I feel like they do their Disney collabs kind of well. Shoot me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not buying it, but I don't hate this. It's kind of cute.
Oh, look, I'm just going to disagree though, because I do have issues with this. But you give the information, and then I'll be the grumpy one.
All right, cool. Yeah, balance. That's what this episode is about. All right, so this is, I believe it's called Heart of Gold, and it is a collection of Super Shock shadows that are designed based around Disney princesses or Disney female characters.
Yeah.
Yes. So you can buy this as a vault with 12 shades in it, or you can buy them individually. I kind of want to hear what your issue with it is first, because I don't want to steal yours, Sunshine, if we are feeling the same way.
All right. Okay, I've got two issues with it. Firstly, all the shades look the fucking same. And it's also got a bit of the Urban Decay Naked Cyber issue where it's all just beige. Like, it's all... fair. There's I can see at least 5 shades that if you swatch them side by side, they almost look identical.
They all look similar.
But my collector's issue. So I've said this in a past episode. I think we're talking about the Besame dribbling out the Disney princess, things that they're still doing. And I was saying I'm interested in Moana because my kid watches a snippet of Moana most days. He loves the songs in Moana. So I was like, oh, do I buy the Moana one just to be like, yeah, I know all the songs off by heart because I hear them all the fucking time. But then I realized the actual packaging, it just has a symbol that sort of roughly relates to the character. There's nothing that's actually taken and is a property of, like, it's not a character or an actual item from a movie. It's a interpretation that Colourpop has made of going, okay, this sort of looks like the lamp. Okay, that one's probably more accurate. But, oh, Ariel, here's a shell. Like,
yeah. Generic.
You didn't fucking want to pay for the rights to use an image? Like, lame. Mm-hmm. And the image
you want to pay for some rights.
The rights to use the name, but and on the box, it's got their sort of silhouette. But on the actual product that you're going to keep, it's a fucking throwaway shell. If someone said to me, what collaboration is this? I'd be like, the sea? I don't fucking know. The beach?
I don't know. A flower comb?
Yeah. What is this? Look,
a wiggly sun.
Yeah, and okay, there's a bitten apple, but it doesn't even look like the apple in Snow White. It just looks like someone's eaten an apple. They're bland. They're mid-toned. They're bland. They're boring. And then when it comes to the packaging, there's nothing that I'm like, I want. Like, if this had Moana's face on it, or like Hey, the fucking rooster, I'd be like, cool. Yeah. I'm buying it. It means something to me. But a fucking shell, like, nah, mate.
I understand where you're coming from on that. Also, I feel like the shades are just very generic. I feel like the colours could have been a little bit more relatable to...
Yeah, to the character. I agree.
The character, yeah. I don't think it's the best. The ones that I really liked were the Disney Princess palettes and the Disney Villain palettes.
Yeah.
I thought they were quite good.
All right, we've seen a new collaboration from Morphe. Now, I really like this beverage, but it doesn't make me want to buy this collection. So I'm the target audience, but I also don't care. This is a Cherry Coke collection. So it contains the Cherry Coke Artistry Palette, a lip glaze, a lip and cheek duo, and a 3-piece beauty sponge set. So it's all available now. And it looks like they're piggybacking off Too Faced's packaging design, which is quite interesting.
Yeah. Is this the first palette we've seen from Morphe that looks like this?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how Too Faced are feeling about that.
But even
I bet you Jared's sister is fucking fuming.
What was her name? Lisa? Lisa?
Yeah, I think so. She was funny.
But even the mirror, and like the cardboard around it, that even looks. They've literally gone to the packaging manufacturer that makes Too Faced's one, and it's like, hit us up, come on, get us some Too Faced packaging, bro. Look, it's a half. Look, there's 18 shades. 9 of them look really, really champagne, beige.
Same.
And then there's another sort of 6-pan little chunk that has more reds, berries, rich browns, and some shimmery pinks, which is also Too Faced. And everything else is sort of like cherry coloured. Cherry lip gloss, cherry blush, sort of cherry coloured sponges. What's your thoughts? This is more your colour story.
Yeah, it is. And look, I don't hate it. I am very, very drawn to those red shades, but it's not interesting enough for me to want to buy it. Yeah, I just, with half the palette, like you said, being champagne, same, I'm just like,
they should have just gone for the 9-pan.
Yeah, I really do feel like they could have summed this up in 9 pans, basically. But also, I have to give them props for having a smaller size palette, but I think it's really fucking cheeky to go with that sort of packaging design. Like, Too Faced don't own this packaging design.
No.
So So any brand can use it. But also, I kind of feel like stay in your lane a little bit.
Yeah.
Stick to your 40 pan palettes.
I think when a brand, when you look at a palette and you're like, Too Faced.
Yes.
For someone to then take that knowingly, I think is cheeky. Is it illegal? Is it wrong? No, not necessarily. But I do think it shows like a lack of respect to, I suppose they're your competitors, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Look, I do think it's good that they're doing something different. This does look a little bit more marketable or palatable than their sort of massive palettes. I do like the direction. I just wish they sort of had their own vibe going on.
Okay, let's talk about cereal and Makeup Revolution. Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles. I don't know. Look, we don't have these cereals in Australia, so I don't actually really know
no
what
emotional
this is.
connection to them whatsoever.
Neither do I. I've just seen something that upsets me greatly.
The pans so they look squished.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
And also, what's this weird honeycomb looking thing?
Yeah, the highlighter.
Is that
thing.
like a Are Fruity Pebbles just cornflakes covered in flavoured sugar?
I think so. They almost look like mini
cornflakes
that have like Fruit Loop flavours.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. I've never had them. I'm not interested in having them.
No.
Okay. One thing I like about this collection, we will run through the products in a second, but one thing I like about it, okay, I like that they've split. So they do have the Fruity Pebbles and they have
the Cocoa Pebbles.
They have the same products, but you know, there's a fruity sort of version and the cocoa version. So if you like more colour, you can go the fruity. If you like more brown, you can go the cocoa. But I particularly like how they've got body butters that the lids look like bowls of fucking cereal. Top down.
Yes, I actually really like that as well. Yeah. I do like that. And look, I'm interested about this because it's got the Flintstones, right, on the packaging. Mm-hmm. Now, I wonder if it was cheaper for them to buy the rights to use Fruity Pebbles than it was to buy the rights to buy the Flintstones.
Or, my question is the Flintstones so old that people only recognise them from cereal boxes now and not the actual cartoon?
Interesting. See, I used to watch the Flintstones growing up.
Yeah, same.
But also, I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30, so... I mean, you know, I feel like maybe also... I don't know. Look, maybe you can weigh in on this as well. I feel like you get to a certain age where nostalgia makeup all of a sudden is just... It feels childish.
Yes.
Like, there are certain things that I would be interested in, but I can tell you right now, I would never, ever, ever buy Flintstone-related makeup.
I feel too old for this shit. Like, I do agree with you. Like, I do think there's an element of that, but I think also, okay, in Australia, we have a lot of cereal, but I don't think we have the cereal culture that the US has.
No, we don't.
Because I can't think of any cereal that I'll be like, yes, that is a great idea for a collaboration. I'll buy the shit out of that. Like,
yeah,
I don't want fucking Weet-Bix lipstick.
No, hell no. And also, in Australia, there was actually backlash. Look, this is probably going back about 20 years now, but related to cereal that was being used to be marketed towards children. Mm-hmm. People, they lost their shit. Parents lost their shit over it. And now when you go to a supermarket in Australia, there's actually not a lot of cereals that are like directly targeted at kids. You don't see cereals with like cartoon characters on them.
Or very few.
Like they've got...
And the ones that are maybe in the last decade or longer, they've actually changed like the colouring to all natural colouring, less sugar, more fibre. So they've, the really, really sweet cereals that like the US have, we don't we have some, but it's not as popular here. So it's not a vibe that, like, the products I don't care about. Look, I don't mind the colours of the brown palette because I like browns, but but beyond that, Look, the colourful palette, to be honest, I I like the colours. There's some nice colours in there. I like the split of mattes and shimmers. I think they picked the right matte shades, the right shimmer shades, hoppy and sweet and fruity. Like, they're really nice mattes. But I never trust Makeup Revolution or I Heart Revolution formula. It's always
neither do I.
Average at best.
The products in the collection are a palette. There's a rainbow highlighter, lip oil, in lemon, lime, cherry, berry, and grape. And in the chocolate collection, there's Barney, Betty, Bam Bam, and Hoppy. How did we go from fruit flavors to people? Characters, not actually people.
And just smells like BO.
Yeah, BO. Feet, dirt.
Oily hair.
Yeah.
Bad
there's
breath.
also bath crystals, body butter, there's a brush kit, a headband, and a cosmetic bag. Look, to be fair, I would probably take the body butters if they smell like cocoa and fruity stuff. Yeah, cocoa. But the packaging is really
toe
cute.
jam.
Yeah, Bam Bam's toe jam. Love that.
Before we continue with this week's episode, we do have some more sponsors. When it comes to weddings, there are moments you'll always remember. And it's not just about walking down the aisle or cutting the cake. There are a million little moments that really stick with you. And those are the things that you want to remember the most, like gathering with friends and family to celebrate, and most importantly, getting crazy on the dance floor. But in all the moments leading up to your wedding day, here's the most important thing to remember. Zola. Whatever kind of wedding you're planning, Zola.com is the one place to start. They've got your back for all your wedding needs. That's why over 1 million couples have planned their weddings with Zola. Whether you're looking for personalized wedding venue recommendations, organizing a gift registry, or you want gorgeous save the dates, invites, and a matching wedding website, Zola can help you with all of the above. Weddings can be expensive, but planning with Zola never is. All their planning tools are completely free to use, like a free wedding website that's home to your gift registry, which, by the way, comes with free shipping and returns. And it's not just free, it's risk-free. Get free personalized samples of your invites so you can try them out before you buy. And of course, free envelopes and guest addressing. Whatever your style or budget, Zola has you covered. So you can think less about the million things you need to do and more about those million wedding moments you'll always remember. Now, I've never planned a wedding, but I've been to quite a few, and I can tell you, there is a lot that goes into making them come together. And I've also spent quite a bit of time on the Zola website, and they have everything covered. There are things on that website that I would never have thought of. So if you are in the process of planning a wedding, or you will potentially be in the process of planning a wedding in the future, I would highly recommend that you just go and have a little look at what Zola has to offer. So if you're planning your wedding, here's my tip. Start with Zola. Go to zola.com/beautynews today and use promo code SAVE50 for 50% off your Save the Dates. Zola is the one place to start for your wedding day. That's zola.com/beautynews, code SAVE50. Everything we do for our cats is rooted in love. We always want what's best for them. Love is letting my cat sleep in my lap when I really need to get up. Love is accepting that my furniture will never be claw-proof. Love is also opening the door to let my cat in and out 1 million times a day. Love is keeping tabs on my cat's health, because nothing is more important than their health and well-being, and that's where Pretty Litter comes in. Pretty Litter is the best litter for your cat. It changes colors to help detect early signs of potential illness, including urinary tract infections and kidney issues. Cats hide illnesses really well, so it can be hard to know if something isn't right. Litter box cleanup is much easier with Pretty Litter too. Its ultra-absorbent crystals trap odor instantly and last up to a month. Plus, Pretty Litter is safer for your cat and for the whole household. Many conventional litters contain irritants that can aggravate allergies and asthma, but Pretty Litter's super light crystal base minimizes mess and dust. And Pretty Litter arrives safely at your door in a small, lightweight bag. Shipping is free and you never have to worry about storing bulky containers.
I have 2 cats, I live in an apartment, and things can get a little bit stinky. There's two things that stand out as being really unique about Pretty Litter. The first is the health indicator. It's a great way for me to keep tabs on my 11-year-old cat who's prone to bladder infections. And the second is odor control. Pretty Litter actually traps the odors, whereas other brands like to claim that they mask the smell, but in reality, they just cover it with a gross perfume smell.
Love is putting your cat's health first with Pretty Litter. Do what we did and make the switch today by visiting prettylitter.com and use promo code BEAUTYNEWS for 20% off your first order. That's prettylitter.com, promo code BEAUTYNEWS for 20% off. prettylitter.com, promo code BEAUTYNEWS. Fewer, better things. That's the philosophy behind Cuyana, the San Francisco-based brand that encourages customers to purchase fewer but better quality pieces that you will love and treasure for years to come. Cuyana believes in making long-lasting bags, accessories, and clothing from high-quality materials that you'll wear every day. Cuyana has been making classic pieces for the past 10 years that you will wear for the next 10 years. Their leather bags are timeless, functional, and versatile for all occasions, work, going out, weekends, and all your micro outings as we re-enter the world. Cuyana pledges to create products responsibly, enable you to maximize their wear, and also provide a way to recycle every product through their Second Life programs. They're known for their tote bags, but they have all kinds, crossbodies, backpacks, satchels, and more. Plus, they make incredible classic and timeless apparel, jewelry, and accessories. I've been using the leather travel case set to store part of my skincare routine on my vanity. It makes the area look less cluttered because, let's face it, I have a lot of skincare products. But the bag itself also looks really nice. It's the kind of accessory that you actually want to have out on display. Cuyana never goes on sale, but as a special offer, our listeners can receive 10% off your first order over $150 plus free shipping. Visit cuyana.com/beauty to get your individual code. That's cuyana.com/beauty. Start shopping fewer, better at cuyana.com/beauty.
All right, another collaboration with, okay, this is actually with a cartoon. It's not with a cereal that's got cartoon characters on it. This is Violet Voss and Care Bears. Care Bears, my God.
I loved Care Bears.
This is my generation for sure.
Fuck yeah.
Care Bears were fucking awesome. So this is available now. It's at Sephora and at shopvioletvoss.com. Interesting, they're saying a part 2 is coming soon. So we've just seen part 1 of the Care Bears collection. So what's currently available is 2 eyeshadow palettes, but they've also shown a photo of brushes, what looks like lip glosses, and eyelashes. So that might be part 2 launching soon. And it looks like it's supposed to be all in the same collection. It's got the same color packaging and whatnot. So maybe there was a hold up with the release. So we've got a big 12-pan palette. So this is the Care Bears eyeshadow and pressed pigment palette. It's $36 US. And then there's a smaller mini palette, which is 6 shades and it's $18. Now, the good thing is there's no repeat shades in between the two. So the smaller palette contains what looks like 4 mattes and a gold and like a aqua or teal shimmer, and it's a little bit more vibrant. It's got a red, it's got a peach, it's got like a periwinkle blue and a berry shade, whereas the bigger palette is a mix of colors and sort of more nude shades. So again, we've got red, pink, purples, greens, blues, but also shimmery white shade, a gold, and a couple of browns. So that's a bit deeper and there's, you know, I guess more variety. And the pans are bigger in the big palette. The mini palette does have smaller pans, which is good.
I'm going to be such a fucking bitch. I love Care Bears. So I'm going to critique this and be judgmental of it like I'm protecting something from my childhood, because that's what I feel like I'm doing. On their website, the larger eyeshadow palette looks kind of darker and more kind of like almost smoky versions of the shades, but then their exact image of that on their Instagram account shows it as being bright. So there's a shade that looks like a really bright orange, on Instagram, but then on their website it looks almost like a borderline dark red wine shade. Mm-hmm. So I think they're just really fucking bad at I feel like everything they do is it just looks half-assed.
It's not as refined, or they do have an issue where different photos they look really, really different, the color. And they've done this with past palettes as well. We're like, what is the color of this? Because you're taking it under your bed where it's so dark that you can barely see it, and then you're taking it in like direct sunlight where it's like washed out. Like, it's hard to really get a good idea.
Lighting, the only thing that says Care Bears about this is the logo and the images of the bears, and the rest I'm just like, I feel like they've sort of missed the whole point of Care Bears.
I feel like they could have done more in terms of maybe a like bear impression on the pans, or like when you open it up, it looks like a standard rainbow palette that they've had time and time again. So I do think it's a little bit boring, but at the same time, I don't not see Care Bears. I'm looking at a video they're playing on Instagram, and you can see the colours possibly a little bit better, like in terms of how bright it is. And it's just your standard colour. Like it's not, it's a colourful matte eyeshadow. And they've got the names that sort of suit. The packaging is kind of cute. So I don't hate this. It's just that it's not enticing me. And I do like Care Bears, but like you were talking about, you reach a point where even though you really like something and you're like, oh, this is cool. This is something that I like the idea of, but do I want it displayed in my house?
Yeah, no.
No, I don't.
Like, it would have been better to do, maybe an eyeshadow palette, but I feel like potentially like a highlighter blush duos, because a lot of the Care Bears are like sort of almost a pastel-y shade, and then their little, like, their tummy area. And you could have turned that into like blush and complementary highlight, or if you were going to do a palette, like you could have done like a dark purple, light purple, rich, vibrant blue, sort of more pastel blue, or something like that.
I probably would have bought, if there was a nice blush highlighter duo, I probably would have bought one, because I like the idea of having something cute, but I actually want to be able to use it, and
That's right.
Yeah,
and
whereas
a rainbow
if I bought
rainbow
palette, I've already got a rainbow palette from them.
Exactly right. When it comes to this nostalgic makeup, for me these days, the number one priority is it usable? Yes? Did you butcher it? No? Okay, I might be interested.
Yeah, I almost feel like what they did was they picked an aesthetic or a property that matches what they're already doing, and they're like, let's just make it work, and which is fine, but again, it's not super innovative. And if I was to buy this, it would be purely as a like collector's display piece, which I don't actually want to display. So I prefer a nice lip gloss, which they are going to be bringing them out, so hopefully they're nice, that I can chuck in my drawer or in my handbag, and when I pull it out, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like, maybe, but yeah.
Okay, another collaboration that is with a property that is probably going to make you feel some nostalgia is Wet n Wild and Saved by the Bell. I also loved Saved by the Bell. It was fantastic. So good. So this collection consists of heaps of products. There's a mascara, an eyeshadow palette, there's a brush set, setting spray, there's face duos, plumping lip kits, and a makeup bag, a kabuki brush, and you can of course buy the whole collection for $70, which is a bloody bargain if you ask me. This is I feel like this is very Saved by the Bell property.
Well, Wet n Wild did the SpongeBob, and they did SpongeBob well. So this is...
I still wish I'd bought that collection. We couldn't get it here.
Yeah, this is more up my alley, to be honest, because I actually watched Saved by the Bell. I think they've done this really well. Like, it's, if you look at it and go, this is tacky as fuck, that was an early 90s, baby. Things in here that I don't want to buy, but I respect. Okay, the palette looks like a locker. It's very high school. Cute. It's very Saved by the Bell. Colours, I'm not super inspired by. It's kind of whatever. It's not even 90s. It's just, I don't even understand what's going on there. Yeah. But everything has like the Saved by the Bell sort of geometric, like early 90s, late 80s sort of designs, which I really love. Yeah, I love them. I think they're so cool. I do know that the colours that in the lip duos, there's one for each of the female characters. And I know from talking about the last time we talked about Saved by the Bell collection, these are the colours that the characters mainly wore. So the last collection we spoke about, Solar Look a few years ago did a Saved by the Bell collection, and they did release similar lip products in, I think, a lip trio, and it was like a metallic liquid lip, and these are pretty much identical shades almost. I love the face duos. This is what...
Yeah, they're cute, aren't they?
Yeah, this is what we're talking about. Like
Care Bears.
Slightly out of the box. It's something that's more everyday wearable. I'm getting the nostalgia sort of dopamine hit that brings me a lot of joy. But I can use the products. It's not going to sit there and go off and then I'm shitty that I've wasted my money. So I think they've done a great job.
Yeah, no, I agree. I like it as well. And okay, there's not anything that I would buy here except the face duos. I do like them. If we could get them here, I would not be opposed to it because I actually quite like the shades of most of them. And I love the property. So, you know, there's that. Violet
Good
Boss.
job.
Take note.
Yeah, Wet n Wild, at it again.
Shall we go through some random things?
Yeah, let's do it.
Anastasia Beverly Hills. They have released 25 new concealers. These are the Magic Touch concealers. They're meant to be a creamy formula that corrects, brightens and blurs. It's supposed to be fine for all skin types, but I mean, that's always arguable. Oh my god, too much cider for Hailey. These are $29 each and they are available now. The lighter shade looks almost white, which is great, and the darker shade looks very, very dark as well.
They do actually have a guide on Instagram at the moment where they've got the shades and then they tell you what foundation in their range it matches to, and each concealer shade has 2 shades of foundations that it sort of covers. So I think that's pretty handy. So if you've tried their base products before and like them, you should be able to colour match. But yeah, I haven't at the moment seen a good comprehensive swatch photo, but that's at the moment when we're filming this, they're not out. So we haven't seen them yet, but there we go. All right, we've seen some new cream blushes from Beauty Blender. So they've launched the Bounce Liquid Whip Cream Blush. They're $22 US dollars each. So these are cream to powder formula that melts into your skin and it stays put for hours. It's supposed to actually look like a natural flush when applied with your beauty blusher, which is also a new sponge that they've released alongside this. So instead of it being a sponge that you apply your foundation with, for some reason it's different, and you apply your blush with it. And it's $16.
I have questions about that.
Because also, don't they say that like you can apply different types of makeup with the Beauty Blender? So why do you need a dedicated one for your blush? Anyway, it is what it is. Anyway, the crux of the matter is it comes in 4 shades and it's available now. So if you want it, you can get it. And the shades aren't too bad. There's like a bright pink, there's a playful peach, and a flirty rose and a blissful berry. So with 4 shades, they actually have covered quite a lot of different blush colour stories, which I think is a good move. So, yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk about something from the brand Freck. If you're not familiar with this brand, they make the freckle pens. I think that was their debut product, and they do make a whole bunch of other products as well. But that's basically where they started. This is a new highlighter. They're calling it Slimelight. This is the world's first slime highlighter There's 3 shades. There's Big Bang, which is a golden green. Space Face is a violet purple. And Beam Machine is a bronze pink. They're all available now. And they look... I mean, they just look like those jelly highlighters, if you ask me.
Yeah, they do.
We all know what slime feels like. We've all played with slime at some stage in our life. Slime is actually quite malleable, but then if you stretch it over something, it will pull like it's showing in the image that we have here. I feel like we need to do a makeup breakup episode on this because slime is slime. Like, and if you've just got like a jelly highlighter in a squeezy bottle, that's not a slime highlighter. It's not slime.
Yeah.
Slime is slime.
That's either a gel or a jelly, depending on how thick it is. Yeah.
Okay, for starters, we got a video of them swatching it. That's not slime.
No.
Freck. I don't know what the freck you're doing, but that is not slime. She has beautiful skin, and that just highlighted everything that you don't want to highlight.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't, no, not for me. Okay, let's talk about something a bit more happy. This is from a brand called Joli Cosmetics. It's a new Australian indie brand, which we love to see.
Mm-hmm.
This is the Pilbara palette. It's retailing for $52 Australian, and it contains 10 shades. There's 6 mattes, 1 duochrome shimmer, 1 duochrome topper, and 2 metallic shimmery foils. So these are all very, very earthy toned, and there are some like kind of, do you call them swampy greens or like khaki inspired greens? But yeah, it's in that sort of realm. I like this palette as well. The 6 shades that are sort of like the earthy, warm tones, I really like. We all know that I'm not into greens because they don't suit my colouring, but Kat is about that. She likes that.
I am about that.
Yeah, look, I like this palette. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I think the balance between mattes and shimmers is really good. I'm okay with that. Maybe if I had one criticism, maybe one more shimmer shade.
Yeah, I think that's
just
fair.
one more.
So what I like about this, firstly, the colours do speak to me. They're colours that I would wear, so that's good. But also it's inspired by the Pilbara region, which is in Western Australia, which is a lot of desert, a lot of dry land. The trees have these sort of murky green colours to them. They're not super vibrant trees. This is very outback Australia. So it's very... I think it's got an interesting perspective, and it represents something that if you live in that area or you're from Australia, you might find a connection to. But I really admire how good their marketing photos are, their packaging design.
Oh, yeah.
Everything
Take
is
note,
done
Violet
really well.
Boss.
Exactly right. For an indie brand that this is their first release, like they've done shit right. Even the photos with the models...
absolutely.
They look awesome. And also the packaging design, they haven't just stolen it from Too Faced. They've created their own shape. The triangles work. It's unique, but also looks like it fits and is not wasted space and it's not irritating. I think they've done a really good job. So just in general, as a first palette from an indie brand, I think this is really good. So good on them.
I feel like
well done, Joli.
based on what I'm seeing with these images, I have to agree with you. I'm impressed. Looking at this, I would never guess that this was a brand's like
first
debut release. Yeah. No,
I
would never guess that this was an indie brand.
So if you do want to check that out, it's available at geologycosmetics.com, and also the products, they're certified vegan and cruelty-free, and they use ethically sourced mica. That's something that the makeup community, they're all like, people are just like, cruelty-free, 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 but there's so much other cruel things that can happen, even if it's deemed cruelty-free, that a lot of people are just sort of blinkers, they just don't want to look at. And the fact that they've got ethically sourced mica shows that they've... I'm
well impressed by this
they've got
brand.
their shit together.
Who dat? It's who dat. That's who dat. Okay, we're talking about new Huda palettes. These are the Wild palettes, and they have animal themes. So we've got the Wild Tiger, the Wild Chameleon, the Wild Jaguar, and the Wild Python palettes. Okay, new beauty news rule. We're not allowed to drink and do beauty news because I kind of want to buy them all except for the green one.
See, I want to buy them all, including the green one.
Fair.
Would I use it? No. But
the chameleon one is screaming at me. I love it.
I like the Jaguar one, the cool tone one.
The Jaguar one is really beautiful. To be fair, that is a very pretty cool toned eyeshadow palette. Look, I think these are really, really beautiful. I'm sure she's got a whole bunch of never seen. Yeah, here we go. I've spotted it. One never seen before multi-reflective 3D embossed Python print. Ooh. So it looks like in the center of each palette there is an eyeshadow that is, oh well, it's not in the center of all of them, it's in the bottom right hand corner of the Chameleon palette. There is an eyeshadow pan that's embossed with a python, like snake skin pattern. And that is the never before seen aspect of this release.
And once you use it, you'll never see it again. Because as soon as you use it, it's gone, so who gives a shit?
So, look, it says that they contain creamy mattes, semi-sheer metallics, which is interesting, high drama foil metallics. The shade is real. This is...
Just shading yourself.
Listen, I like these. Huda always does this to me. I hate it. I hate it. I really want the Chameleon palette. And I agree
It's your
with
colour
you.
story, like, down to a T.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it. I know I am. And I'm so disappointed that, like, the one new palette that I buy this year, or at least let's say my first new release palette that I buy this year is going to be a fucking Huda palette.
Look, people always complain that we are quite harsh on Huda. And I think it's just because the prices are always so excessively high.
They're so expensive.
Are they super, super unique in her collection? Probably not. I think these will disappear when you look at them on the shelves. But she does market them really nicely. And if I had them, would I wear them? Yes. The end. I like them.
Will I buy one? Probably.
Yeah, you will. But that's your colour story. If you did a collaboration with Huda, that would be the Hailey palette.
That would be a Hailey palette. It really would. Yeah. I think that's a really beautiful colour story. And I think, you know, I'm getting so much better at looking at a palette and going, holy shit, I'd use every colour in there and I like the balance of colours and blah, blah, blah.
Do you know what I've learned? If something looks like a sunset, you like it.
I love it. 100%. I love sunset colours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if something looks like a swamp that you fucking avoid because it smells bad, that's my palette.
Hey,
that's my palette.
Swamps are beautiful too, you know? The best of both worlds. A beautiful, warm sunset over a gorgeous, swampy landscape.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
That's what we need to create as our palette. Another friend of ours, Kylie.
Yes,
Kylie Jenner.
let's do it.
So it was her birthday,
She's
supposedly.
my best friend.
24th.
Yeah. Wow, is she only 24?
What have I done with my life?
I thought she was closer to 30 than she was 20. I'm just putting it out there. Wow, she's actually younger than I thought she was.
Yeah, she's a baby. Anyway, so it was her birthday, so of course she had to release a birthday collection. This is the 24K birthday collection. Get it? So 24, got to make it gold.
Boom tish.
We get it. So there's a pressed powder palette, a glittery liquid liner duo, an all-over gloss, a lip serum, a lip shine lacquer, a body glow, and a face highlighter.
I like the palette.
It's got a bunch of nudes. It's got a bunch of golds, some oranges, browns, coppers. It's that kind of vibe. 24K vibe. And it's, you know, it's got her in a mesh outfit on the outside. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, it should be 24 again while we're wearing mesh bras.
Okay, let's talk about Natasha Denona's newest collection. This is the mini Xenon. Did I say that right? Xenon? I think so. Xenon. Eyeshadow palette and stuff that goes alongside it. So this is a 5-pan eyeshadow palette. Now, we did see sneak peeks of this. Oh, God, I feel like it was almost a bloody year ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
And people were like, black and white sneak peek. No, it's an actual palette. It contains a very slight off-white, sort of pale creamy shade, a light grey, a metallic silver, a dark grey, and then a black. Pretty much all I can say. And the
metallic silver is the only shimmer shade. The rest are all matte.
The others are mattes, yeah. Then there are 3 Macrotech eye crayons. So there's a black, like chocolatey brown, and then a really beautiful red wine shade. And then there's the Work and Set cream eyeliners. So these are eyeliner pots. There is a nude, like chocolate brown and a black. I feel like that nude liner is interesting. So these are all available now. I don't really understand palettes like this. I suppose if you're going to have a palette like this, it's best to have it as a little mini palette, but yeah, I don't really get it. It's not for me.
No, it's not for me either. This is like makeup that I run away from, to be honest. It makes me look ill. I don't mind the odd grey, but it needs to be balanced with a lot of sort of like warmer tones like browns or bronzes. I think this is a niche look, and I feel like what Natasha Denona has been doing in the past couple of years is releasing palettes around a style. And this is a very sort of like mod makeup sort of style. So I can understand why they've gone there with this collection. What I don't get, and looking at this, the whole collection together, the liners are like, it's a missed opportunity. I like the liners. I like gel liners. I like cool pencil liners. I like these colors. But with the palette, I wouldn't pair a plummy wine liner with a grey eyeshadow look. So I sort of feel like they should have lent into the greys a lot more and delivered some cool grey liners, silver liners, some bang on black liners. I feel like having the browns and the berry is just a little bit confused.
Feels a bit out of place, yeah.
Yeah, look, sort of they just had to throw everything to create a collection when all they wanted to do was release an eyeshadow palette.
Yeah. This palette reminds me of a makeup trend. It was more like kind of like a Halloween trend going back, I mean, maybe like 10 years ago, when people used to do that grayscale makeup. So you would look like you were a character or a person out of a black and white photo. And I would say that this is a kind of color palette that you would use to create that look, but you use it like on your face and your body and stuff like that. So that's what I associate this collection with. But then when I see the eyeliners and the pencil liners, it feels a bit disjointed to me. But I suppose if you're really, really into silvers and blacks, then this might be for you.
Yeah. There's people out there. It's just not most people. Yeah.
Another expensive one. Pat McGrath. She has released the Mothership 3684 Utopian Dreams palette. So I want this. It's not good.
Shame on you. I just want the last 4 shades in a quad.
That's all I want.
So I feel like every time Pat McGrath releases a 10-pan palette like this and charges like $200 Australian for it, all I want is like 2 or 3 shades. And I have made the bad financial decision to buy these palettes before just for 1 or 2 or 3 shades. And and like you were saying, for me, I can't justify it anymore. I've got too many eyeshadows and I don't have enough money. So So for me, I'm like, yeah, I can see some really beautiful colours here. And the first 4 shades, it's like a nice mauvey kind of colour story that I can use fairly regularly. And then you've got the special shades, but it's always the special shades that get you. But I don't need it.
They're the ones that have sucked me in. If Sephora had another whoopsie daisy 50% off sale where this was counting towards a 50% off sale, I would buy it in a heartbeat, but I will not pay $200 for an eyeshadow palette again. No. Like, it's too much.
And this also looks very, very repetitive with the last palettes that she's been releasing. So I feel like I could dupe this with the rest of my Pat McGrath collection. I like it. I can look at it and go, these are very pretty. But I don't need them. Also, ever since, I don't know what video it was on. It might have been a wine time. It might have been something. But we were talking about Pat McGrath and someone mentioned in the comments that they can't look past the fact that Pat McGrath does... Oh, we're talking about how Pat McGrath makes everything look amazing. We're doing it with Jacob.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And someone commented that they can't get past the fact that once you see that the videos are done on like a mannequin, like a sex doll mannequin, a silicone mannequin, then you can't you just can't take it serious. You can't unsee it. And I can't unsee that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I had a Google and there's like forums talking about it. So the lips that Pat McGrath does like lip art on or demonstrating products, it might look like it's moving, but it actually looks like a silicone, one of those dolls that move, like you can sort of control them to move. And the eyes as well. And some people are saying, no, the eye movements, robots can't do that. But then other people link dolls that they can and they can blink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, the lighting is identical. The face is identical. There is no pores. There is no texture. And it moves a bit different to skin. I'm like, the makeup that they do on social media is on a sex doll. And that's why it looks perfect. Because it's not on real people. And I can't unsee that. And I can't want to buy more Pat McGrath knowing that it's not going to look like that on me.
But even if it's not done on a sex doll, at the end of the day, the story is still the same because all of the swatches, the eye looks, everything, it's so heavily filtered and so heavily edited. It's not real. It's never, ever, ever going to look like that on you. It's never going to look like the swatches on your eyes because of the way that it's edited. And that's a big no-no for me. Like, if your products, if the way that you market your products don't, like, show how it's going to look on real people, I can't get behind it. Because to me, that is a form of false advertising. It's never going to look like that on me. I'm not walking around with a filter on my face.
Yeah.
I also, like, people aren't walking around seeing my face in, like, this hazy, like, dream-esque fuzziness, you know? Like, it's not real.
But can I say, though, even though it is a conspiracy theory, I would bet good money that they did pay a lot of money for a custom robotic silicone face that they do their makeup on. I will bet good money that they do. And they never tag a model. And I was looking at these forums as well, and they were talking about they don't actually know who does the modeling in those. Like, they don't tag anyone. I genuinely believe it's a
That's a rabbit hole I'm gonna go down this weekend.
Because I did it. I did it a couple of weeks ago, and it's
gonna be my weekend entertainment. I'm in lockdown
I've got 3 more of these. I can do
700.
It tonight. Yeah. It is day 700, isn't it?
Day 700 of lockdown. I'm going down the Pat McGrath rabbit hole of sex doll makeup models.
Do it. It's a theory that I think has some merit. Yeah.
Pat McGrath has released something else, and I actually bought this. This is the Intensifies Artistry Wand. So this is an eyeshadow priming stick pen wand. It's like a clicky version of like a click up lipstick, but it's for your eyes. And apparently this is designed to really, really amplify the way that her shimmery special formula eyeshadows come off on the eye. So maybe it will make me look like that sex doll.
Anyway, so yeah, clicky primer eyelid available now too. Trixie Cosmetics has just
been watching beauty news.
I know. And this is launching Friday 10 a.m. So it's out this week. So it's fresh news.
Excellent.
Trixie has been watching beauty news. It's probably a coincidence, but it's very coincidental, Trixie.
Yes.
So Trixie has announced the Plant Gay collection. So this is a plant-inspired collection. And Trixie did mention in the introductory video that it was brought on by the lockdowns and how everyone was like playing with plants and buying plants and cultivating plants. And that's what inspired this collection. And we did say... I don't know if it was in trend predictions or if it was in something. Predictions.
It was in
trend predictions.
Oh, it actually was in trend predictions.
Because you said you don't think it would eventuate, but you want it to.
Yeah. I said I thought it would be very, very smart if makeup brands were currently watching outside trends, and plants was one of them. It took Trixie a year to get there, but it's fine.
Anyway, so in this collection, there's a bunch of merchandise, which we won't talk about because it's not merchandise news. There's the Plant Gay palette, $48. The Vegan Agenda lip gloss. The Royal Jelly lip gloss. The Flora Fixation lip gloss. They're all $16 each. Or you can get the PR box, which is $105 and includes the palette, 3 lip glosses, and a photo of Trixie. So the lip glosses, there's one that's like a bright fuchsia. It's described as a high coverage red pink gloss. And then there's 2 shimmery shades. So Vegan Vibes, it looks green in the tube, but it goes on with a like pinky purple iridescent sheen. It's like clear with an iridescent pinky purple sort of vibe. And then Royal Jelly is a yellow shimmer gloss that looks a little bit frosty. Just going to say, just going to put it out there. Then the palette is a 12 pan palette. The top row mainly has pinks and a few sort of browns and a soft yellow. And then the bottom row is pretty much all greens. And it's got very sort of 60s flower vibes to the packaging.
It does, yeah. Oh, look, you guys know I love me some plants. But this one doesn't quite hit the mark for me. I think it is, for me, it's kind of like a mix between preschool patterns and 60s vibes. And yeah, I don't know. Like I'm seeing the water bottle in the, like one of the promotional images, and I'm just like, kindergarten.
Yeah. And also that hat, all I think of is, you know, the TV show Blossom?
Yes! Oh my God. Look, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm in the middle about it. I do think some of the, like, the greeny shades that she's used are really pretty. And I do feel like, to be fair, I feel like this is actually quite unique because there's not many brands doing plant-related stuff. Yeah.
I think I individually like the shades. I was watching Trixie swatch these, and like some of the shades are really, really beautiful individually. Can I see myself reaching for this palette and creating a pink green thing? No. I can't really construct a cohesive look with this. I would only be reaching for this as like a pop of colour.
We do have some more ColourPop stuff, and we've left it to last because
it's boring.
Boring. Yeah, boring, but we are going to go through it. I'm going to talk about the thing that I'm most excited about, and I'm contemplating buying this. It is the new ColourPop Feather Effect Brow Pen. I want it. I don't know why. I think it's because they compare it to a whole bunch of popular brow pens, and they make it look different because it has a smaller tip, and therefore I want it.
Look, I think that's a smart marketing move, and I think it's it looks tiny. It's really good.
It does. But as a product in itself, it's not overly exciting, but it is available now.
Can I just say though, there's 3 shades available: light brown, medium brown, black brown. I do not see black brown there at all. Felt tip brow products have never worked on me. I find that they apply too much product in the first couple of strokes, and then there's like nothing. Like it just doesn't apply anything. So for me, it's not something I'm all that keen on, but I think they've done it better than other brands. So that's good on them.
They did also release an astrology collection. So it's 12 quad palettes, one for each sign. And they didn't release it monthly for a year. So
I know. Good on them.
I like it better than I like any other fucking astrology collection I've seen in the last few years.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, ABH Cosmetics, and I never forgive you for it. But yeah, there's one for every star sign, and you know, if you like yours, then you can buy it.
I like mine actually.
I don't mind mine. It's purple and red and mauve. I feel like they actually did a really good job. If you see yours there, let us know. Do you like yours?
Because I actually like, mine's the grungy green one. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
So there are a few other collections that they released, but we won't talk about them all. If you're interested, check out their Instagram or our Instagram because, you know, same old, same old. But they did jump on the year 2000 vibe with the Y2K Forever collection, and there are too many numbers in that. They're words. They should be fucking words. But it does represent 2000. They like to shorten things. But to be fair, I grew up in that time. We had phones where you had text limits when you sent a text message. So people had to shorten things with letters, and you had to press the number multiple times to scroll through the fucking letters.
Mate, that was... Remember the time when it used to take you 20 minutes to send a goddamn text of like 3 words? Oh, that was a thing, folks. You don't know how easy you've got it now. Yeah. You bloody young...
And there were no emojis. There were no emojis to summarize things. You had to do it with your 2s and your 4s and your... Fucking, it was horrible. Anyway, so this name does sum up that time. So this is a collection that's got 3 new 5-pan palettes, 2 Super Shock highlighters, 3 So Juicy lip glosses, 3 Super Shock shadows, just a tint mini duo, and butterfly clips because accessories. They need to jump in their accessories.
To be fair, butterfly clips were very fucking popular in the...
That's true. In the late 90s they were.
Oh, late 90s, early 2000s,
They were, true. This is very frosty. The highlighters, frosty pink, frosty purple. The eyeshadow palettes, they're sort of pastels but brights, and they are mixed between like muted shimmers and bright mattes. They're kind of interesting. There's like a peachy pink one, a pinky purple mauve one, and like an icy periwinkle mint one. I don't like any of them, but I think it's different from what they've got. So, different.
Yeah, fair. The time has come to dedicate this episode to a VIP, and this week's VIP is TheTheLeeLoo. Did I say that right? TheTheLeeLoo. Sloth.
And there's a picture of a sloth.
A sloth doing one of these. I don't know. Did I get it right? I think so. So, thank you so much for supporting Beauty News, and thank you to everyone who supports Beauty News in whichever way you choose to do so. Kat, what are our emojis for the week?
So, emojis can represent a couple of things, but you can choose. But we've got a CD. We've got 2 pairs of jeans. And headphones.
Yes.
Because
what
emojis
does that represent?
Don't have...
Oh, mate.
There's not enough emojis in my life, I've
decided.
Watch.
We will know if the Y2K comeback has been...
Hey! Shh!
Well, I gave that away, didn't I?
No, unrelated.
Unrelated. But we'll know it's been popular if Apple start bringing out something emojis surrounded, themed around a particular time period.
Yeah. No one will ever get it.
I don't know when I'll ever get it. But I just have to have one last bitch before we leave. I don't understand why they're trying to bring it back now when it's the end of 2021. The 20-year anniversary was last year.
I know. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. And when I saw this
Don't
stuff
start
coming
with
back, I'm
me.
like, why? You're late.
Why?
You're
It's
late
not
to the
relevant.
party.
It's already a depressing time of year. Don't bring that back. Alright guys, we do hope that you enjoyed this episode. The emoji has nothing to do with Y2K. And we will catch you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.